meetings, going red, social situations, my brain froze, sweating so much. And even ordering coffee was like a performance. And for years I thought there was something wrong with me because everyone else was able to speak effortlessly. But I kept having this battle in my head of overthinking, racing heart, blood racing, the whole thing. Until one day I realized that I wasn't broken, I was just untrained. And I didn't need to go to a different country for a new personality. As I love languages, I just needed a new method. So I looked and experimented with shyness and looked at those situations that I would normally be silent. And slowly I built something that changed for me. It's called the click method. And it's the reason that I'm making this video for you. Now, I'm not claiming to have coached thousands of people at this point. I'm just saying I'm somebody who's lived through this problem all my life. And it's working for me. It's worked. So I want to teach you the exact same framework that can unlock your voice. So if you've ever felt invisible or ideas are stuck in your throat, you can't say it in the meeting, and you feel that you lack confidence, then this is the masterclass for you. I'm going to take you through the whole click method. Click, smile, and speak. How to interrupt overthinking, how to reset your body, and to activate your voice. No theory, no hype, just everything here. The practical framework I wish I'd had 10, 15 years ago. So let's start with the first part, which is the click. Again, I'm looking forward to this because this click method is probably one of the most important parts. Now, click isn't about motivation, it's not about visualization, and it's not just believing in yourself. If that worked, then you wouldn't be watching this. I'm sure there's plenty more videos you can watch. It's all about resetting your mind. Sort of pattern interrupt that prevents your shy brain from overthinking too much. So the whole philosophy that I made this round is you don't wait for confidence, you click into it. Confidence isn't a feeling, it's just a set of behaviors over and over again. And when you do this consistently, your shy brain, instead of screaming at you, will actually just turn silent. So there's three parts. So there's three parts of the click method that we're going to go through. Make sure you take a pen and pencil and let's get started so you can practice it from today. So in this section, we're going to go into what's the shy brain, what's thought lag, and then the 3 F's that you need for most situations. So at the end of this, you're going to know how to stop that silence in seconds. The first part is what I call the shy brain. So this is why you freeze. Now, to understand this, your brain is wired for the spotlight. So while you're sitting in a meeting, if you think back to, oh, I should have said something, your brain's actually thinking, uh-oh, everybody's looking at me. There's a lot of danger. Well, why does it do that? Well, there's a little alarm system called the amygdala in your brain, and it just scans for threats all the time. Now, the threats in the past used to be tigers or fires, but it's not used to social threats. So silence in the room, people looking at you, giving you too much eye contact. That's your amygdala thinking it's life-threatening to you. So what does that mean? It means that you go into this sort of shy spiral. So as soon as your amygdala has noticed, your cortisol spikes, you start overthinking, and your body is in a mini panic mode. Again, it thinks you're being chased by a lion, when actually your manager's just looking at you. And so what happens? We stay silent. And your brain says, oh, that was quite good. Let's continue doing that because I'm safe. So it's protecting you, but it's over-protecting you. So the click method allows you to break that cycle. The second point is thought lag. So it's that sort of mental delay. So when you think about saying something, but wait, and then you say it, okay? So it's the delay between having to say something and then being able to say something. Because being shy or struggling with anxiety doesn't mean we lack ideas, we just lack that momentum. So, for example, this is what happens. You get a thought, and then this inner megaphone turns on. I mean, it doesn't just whisper to you, it shouts. It's like, don't say it! You'll be stupid! Everyone's looking at you! And so what was just a innocent moment has become massive commentary. And so the momentum dies, and the longer you wait, the harder it is to speak, then you regret it afterwards. So the key is to interrupt this. Speak within the first 3 seconds. So this click forces you to interrupt. So every time you snap your fingers, you tap a pen, you click something, even tapping something on the table is giving a signal to your brain, that enough is enough now. So you're literally interrupting your overthinking mid-sentence. And what this does is shuts down that inner megaphone. So we're starting to take this freeze and putting it into action. Now, when I think about action, I think of 3 F's that you can run through, almost mental reset buttons. So it's fact, frame, and frequency. Now, once you've clicked, you've stopped the spiral, and now you will go through these 3 F's. You don't need to every single time, because a lot of the symptoms that we face, such as going red, is for the same reasons. So become quicker and quicker at going through these filters. The first one is fact. So what actually happened? Shy people talk a lot. We tell ourselves a lot of stories. You don't freeze in a meeting and think, I didn't speak. You think, I messed up. Everyone noticed. I'm not looking forward to going back again Monday. But the fact is, you didn't speak. That's all. There's no disaster. You didn't faint. So by putting it through the first fact filter, we're able to take away that drama that your shy brain is telling you. The second one is frame. So what else could this mean? And this relates to particularly if somebody else was speaking to you. So your shy brain has one frame. It's my fault. So if someone talks over to you, I could have done something. If somebody's confused, I should have explained it better. But in reality, there's a lot of reasons why they react like that. Maybe they're excited, they're hungry, they misheard you, or they are socially awkward. So by pushing it through the next filter, which is frame, we're able to widen the frame and reduce the fear. The third one is about frequency. So how often does this happen? If you're shy, our brain is using absolutes. Now, absolutes are things like everybody, never, always, every. So when we change these frequencies, we realize that we don't freeze every time. We don't go red. We don't get ignored. So we might always be saying, I always freeze when this happens. Or I never speak clearly enough for people to hear me. But that's just your shy brain shouting and telling you that one story. Remember, we're storytellers. We tell ourselves a lot of things. When actually, frequency is the scoreboard and it shows your wins. So here's how the click method works in real life. Step 1, you feel the urge to speak and the shy brain activates. But you do a physical click. By tapping something, you're breaking that spiral and then you can start to run through the 3 F's. Fact, what actually happened? Frame, what else could it mean? And frequency, how often does it happen? And step 4 is take action, which is into our next section, which is all about the smile. So the click doesn't make you fearless, but it just makes you functional in the first place. It gives you sort of 2-second window you need to actually go on to the next part, which is all about smiling and using your body. So now we have a better understanding of the click method. The next step is how physically resetting ourselves, because as soon as our mind hesitates, our body panics. And when our body panics, this shy brain again says, okay, I'm just going to shut down. It's not what you want to happen. So in this section, I'm going to take you through what I consider the 4 loops of shyness and how our body reacts to protect us. Because we're not weak individuals. We don't lack confidence. It's just our nervous system is trying to keep us alive. And the crazy thing is your body thinks that speaking is the same as being chased, like I've said, by that tiger. In this section, we're going to cover why you shrink, why you avoid eye contact, why you fidget, and maybe even why you go red before you speak. You're going to know exactly what these loops are, how they work, and then how to break them down. These are the 4 loops: the shrink loop, the avoidance loop, displacement loop, and the tension loop. So let's start with the classic shy examples, the shrink loop. So this is the moment that your brain says to you, okay, there's danger about. And so your body goes, okay, let me disappear. So your shoulders come forward, your chest might come in, your chin will drop, your arms crossed, all to protect yourself. You're basically turned into a mini hedgehog. Yeah, you just want to hide away. And the important part is this body isn't doing it randomly, it's just to protect yourself. Because when you shrink, your brain's thinking, let's save everything vulnerable here. But the problem is that this creates a loop. The loop goes fear, shrink, your brain detects threat, more fear, more shrinking, And you see how it continues in that loop again. So your body keeps reinforcing and telling your brain, but when you speak, it's dangerous. And this is why shy people in general want to be invisible. We don't want to be the spotlight, but we also don't want to disappear. So in order to break the shrink loop, we can do one thing. And that's just by taking up 1% more space. So just lifting the chest up, even 2 centimeters. Lengthening your neck or opening your palms. By you doing this, you're signaling to your nervous system, it's okay. There's nothing here, no lion. And suddenly the brain calms down because the body tells it to. The second one is about the avoidance loop. If the shrink loop is saying, don't see me, then the avoidance loop says, don't look at me. So this is when you avoid eye contact, or you look down mid-sentence, you turn your head away, you look over somebody's shoulder. You look over somebody's shoulder and you're easily distracted because this connection that you're going to build is vulnerable, and vulnerability is risk, and risk is danger. Especially if you respect somebody or they're a more senior position to you, or even a complete stranger, we avoid any sort of contact. But the problem is, by avoiding eye contact, it's just a short-term solution. You still have that long-term fear, which will send you into the loop of, let's avoid connection and feel that relief. I lost the connection, so now I feel isolated, I feel judged. Let's avoid even more, and it continues again. Now maybe you're saying, I'm not avoiding eye contact because I'm scared of them. It could just be because you're concentrating. But to the outside world, it's reading this as insecurity and a lack of interest. And that makes us feel even more awkward. So we need to break out of this cycle, this loop again. And it's just by taking, again, mini actions. Just looking 1 or 2 seconds at the end of your sentence or at the important content words will give your brain the space it needs, a bit of relief, but also the connection the other person needs. So it's less pressure, less intensity. The third loop is the displacement loop. So this is where your body will start to displace and move its energy, particularly when it's nervous. You get overloaded with this energy, like you're going to run from something. So your body could start to tap or click a pen, play with your hair, bite your nails, rock on the chair. And from the outside, it looks random. But on the inside, it's relief, isn't it? Like, we feel better. It's secure. But the loop goes on. So we're anxious, so we fidget. We feel better. People notice that we move a lot. We get embarrassed, so we are anxious again. And the loop goes round again. And I'm not telling you not to fidget. Fidgeting isn't bad. It's unmanaged. So if you try to stop it, you get more anxious. If you try to stop it, you get more anxious. So what do? You just ground yourself a little bit more. You give your body a home to put all this energy in. For example, instead of playing about, just put your feet on the floor firmly. Take control, or you can take controlled breaths. This is teaching our nervous system again to use this energy in a better way than looking nervous to other people. That will make us feel insecure. The final loop here is the tension loop. Now this is the big one. The one that shy people hate the most. So this is when our body goes, right, the worst thing is happening now. And so what happens? Our jaw tightens, our hands get sweaty, our face goes blank. And the worst one, you go red. Oh my God, I'm an expert in going red. Give me the gold medal. This is what's actually happening. It's nothing bad. It's just our nervous system. If you want to know the science, it's literally our blood vessels are close to our face and they warm up. So you think you're going red, but actually it's just blood pumping. And the thing is, it's just the way our bodies are made. The blood vessels are shown next to our skin, which makes us go red. But the loop of this is the most dangerous. So if we go red or sweaty, we get embarrassed. So we get hotter, we go red, we get embarrassed, and the loop continues over and over again. All while the body is just cooling you down. It's not betraying you, it's just your biology. And I know what you're thinking. Help me, what can I do with going red? Because every time we try to beat this, you get worse, you get hotter, you get redder, don't you? The key is in controlling your nervous system. So acknowledging it. So just by saying in your mind, okay, I've gone red, or okay, that happens sometimes. Your brain goes from emergency to, okay then, that makes sense. As soon as you start to regulate your breathing, your body settles. So we're not overcoming shyness, we're just working through shyness, because we can't defeat it in total. It's important, but we want to manage it better so it doesn't prevent us from doing anything. The 4 loops we've covered are shrink, avoidance, displacement, and tension. And these are the reasons your body is helping you or preventing you from speaking up. So the goal of this step isn't to fake confidence. It's just to start with your body to tell your brain it's safe. So you're ready for the next step, which is speaking. If you've made it this far and it's helpful, let me tell you about the Skool Community. So you've got all the information you need in this video, but if you want to practice it with real-time feedback, with exercises, with weekly challenges, then join this community where you'll find like-minded people, like-minded shy professionals who really want to speak up in meetings and be themselves. You can find the link in the description below. It's cheap, it's practical, and it will help you transform your shyness. So let's get back on to the next step, which is step 3, speak. The final stage of the click method is speak. So if click is your mental reset, smile's the physical grounding, then speak is where you build verbal momentum. Okay, so this is where your thought actually comes out. Your intentions become expressions. So this is where the silent version of you is finally interrupted and you've spoken for the first time in years. You don't need a perfect voice, you just need a present one. And if you count yourself with shy and you were like me, then I'm sure that you know what you want to say, you just struggle getting it out. That shy brain's preventing you. So in this session, speaking is all about using our voice and what techniques we can use to build up that conversational courage. So let's break it down in the first step as to understand why it's difficult for us. Every comment I get across all social media is that when you finally want to speak, your body betrays you. You don't speak how you think, you speak how you feel. So when you feel anxious, a few things happen, particularly around your voice. If we look at pacing, you rush. The adrenaline's taking over and your brain is saying, just get this over with. Like it's on fast forward. And the problem is the listener hears it and they don't understand. So what do? They ask you again. Or if you don't go too fast, if you don't go too fast, you shrink. Meaning you have low volume, you speak really quietly. Again, you're whispering it out. You're showing to others that you lack confidence. They don't notice you. They interrupt you. You get frustrated and the cycle starts again and you start to think that you're not meant to speak. And the third one is when you do speak, you turn everything into a question. So I just wanted to add something. Can you hear that? I just want to add something. Are you asking to add something or are you telling them you want to add something? Because even if your idea is brilliant, the way you say it is important. All of these can be fixed. All of these are trainable. So by adjusting our voice, we're able to come out with more calmness and clarity and control. Again, of course we want to sound more confident, but the point here is that we want to overcome our shy behaviors in a method that's easy, simple, and practical. Because when we're clear, we have confidence. If you suffered from speaking too fast, then slow down. Pause. Let the idea land before you move on to the next part, and it'll show that you have more authority. If you're speaking too quiet, then speak louder. I'm not saying shouting, I mean just 10%, just 10% louder. And it will shift your whole psychology to tell you that you deserve to be in this space. And when you do speak, have confidence in what you say. Land that point. Tell people you know what you're talking about, because we do. It just is stuck in our head. This is how confident people speak. It's not because they're confident, they've just practiced. They've practiced saying their ideas over and over and over again. The final area I'm going to cover here is about how you can build that momentum. So previously we discussed thought lag, that if we hesitate, it becomes worse. The way to prevent that is with starter lines. It's sort of your opening. So this is pre-built sentences that you can use so that your anxiety just goes through the door, okay? They're not funny, they're not clever, but they're practical and they're your go-to lines. If you want help practicing with go-to lines and starter lines, then again, join the community, the Skool Community below, where you can practice everything you've learned here today all in one place with people that are like you. By creating starter lines, you're able to turn the key in the ignition. Your overthinking will start to disappear. So we're not going to transform your voice, we're just revealing the voice that you've always had for all these years. It's just you've been shy. That's it. That's the whole click method. And if you apply it practically, you won't overcome shyness, but you'll be able to click your way through it. It's easy, simple, and if you really found that useful, let me know in the comments and join the click method community. It will take you through click drills, smile drills, speak drills. You get accountability so that we can train our shy brain what to do. Weekly exercises, and you can finally become heard without changing who you are. I know this works because I do it. I've done it. And I will continue to do it so that I click my way to confidence. And that's exactly what the Skool Community is about. Click the link below, check it out, or I hope this video helped you. I want you to start using your voice today. I don't want you to think about what could have happened, because you don't wait for confidence. You click into it.